Hey, what's up there, everybody? I just wanted to share some thoughts. Hopefully, I have enough time here on the camera and it doesn't shut down on me mid stride, but if it does, it does. Um, it's the 14th of September 2020, and I'm sitting here in my office. It's late at night. I just did an episode of the After Dark Carpo podcast that wasn't really the standard After Dark, but I talked about sentience and whether bacteria and viruses are conscious or aware in any way. Of course, I only got so far into it, and you can only go so deep into that because it's just absurd. But um, when I started this video, it was just because I wanted to keep talking. I'll be honest. I sometimes things start flowing from my mind. I had this term that I heard the other day that was supposed to define the definition was a long-winded basically a long-winded or over cumbersome explanation of something. And I was trying to figure out a word for the people that use too big of words. And I found it. It was funny because it's sesquipedalian. 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 It means an overuse of words or long-winded, basically. And I thought about this a lot over the last few years. There are so many people out there. It's also called polysyllabic words, which is hilarious to me because polysyllabic itself is 5 syllables. There are a lot of what you would call, and these are the kind of people that I guess maybe a lot of uneducated people just cringe at, and they would what you would call the academics, or those people who want to show off the big words they know. It's so common. I've heard this from so many people, and I know a lot of big words, right? I have made an effort over the years to be simple and make things simple and accessible to my audience. So I'm thinking in my head, if 1,000 people watch this, do I want to use a term that most people have to look up and not even understand? No. Why? It would make me look smarter, so another person has to make an effort? Why, when you can use a smaller word? And that's just the thing. It's not that there isn't a word to define their position. It's that they're particularly looking for long words and long-winded explanations. And I really should have come up with an example that I could read to give you. I wrote one down the other day for somebody just as a joke, but it's mostly used in business talk, or there's a term for it, but when you sign a contract with Verizon or Comcast, Xfinity, any of these companies, you sign your user agreement. These are written in kind of a sesquipedalian form, where they use over cumbersome language, make it overly complicated to understand, to the point where the consumer just clicks, okay, I'm done, I'm cool with it, whatever. And it's a serious thing because in today's world, there are so many people who are not properly educated the way that a lot of people are. I was just about to say the way a lot of Americans are. And then right before I said that, the back of my mind kicked in and said, "Nope, we're ranked what, 40th now or 20th in education rank." I mean, Americans are falling behind quickly. But my point isn't to bash or dismiss American education, but to say that many of the things that we consider to be important for education really are complete garbage. And there really is a lot of bullshit out there. A lot of people trying to pretend they know what they're talking about. It reminds me of, I think I've said this a few times, but this Modest Mouse songs where he says, using all those big words you must have learned in college. And every time I hear that line, I just laugh because I think about those guys who have to prove themselves through their education. but not their knowledge. Maybe their English skills or their punctuation skills. These are kind of the Karens and Kevins of the world that want to point out everybody else's flaws or that want to call everybody else out on everything. But all that aside, I don't know. Keeping things simple. It comes down to the old KISS. Keep it simple, stupid, which in my generation was keep it simple, stoner. Just don't make overly cumbersome terminology and language. Just say, hey, dude, you want to hang out? Not, I'm not even going to come up with some fucking cumbersome bullshit because it won't make any sense. But I guess it comes down to the human desire to sound smart, you know? I don't know. I understand it because I would like to think that I'm a smart person, an educated person. But at the same time, there's part of me who just is appalled by what other humans call education. I've talked to people who are highly educated in the arts, the sciences, but have no clue about nature. I mean, people who are so book smart, they've read every goddamn Bukowski book there is out there, but they know nothing about the woods or hiking or mushrooms. The kind of people who can tell you every word out of the dictionary, but have never hiked down their own local park trails. And I firmly believe that the ultimate wisdom comes from natural wisdom and emotional wisdom or emotional control or understanding, I guess. There are so many people who have lost touch, but that's for another time, another story. I'll talk to y'all later. What the fuck else can I say here? There was another point I probably wanted to make, but I didn't make, and that's okay. But keep it simple. That's all I can say. For all of our sakes. If you want to talk with other scientists, that's one thing. But, we all know the guy who just wants to sound smart and we roll our eyes at him. But smart's not that sexy when it's too smart. That's all I can say. I'll talk to you later. Peace out.